Madam Acting Speaker, I rise today to offer this Honorable House a post-mortem on the recent storms that visited our shores, namely Hurricane Imelda and Hurricane Melissa. I am inclined to offer comments on this matter today, as I am very thankful on several levels for the manner in which we handled these storms. Madam Acting Speaker, Hurricane Imelda and Hurricane Melissa visited our shores in early and late October, respectively. They both posed very real threats to our country, coming as they did so closely to our shores. Data shows that Melissa was one of the most powerful storms to hit the Caribbean, and as we all know, she ravaged our brothers and sisters in the Caribbean, particularly Jamaica. Both storms caused us to mobilize our very effective Emergency Measures Organization, or EMO, which is charged with the responsibility of preparing us for the arrival of a storm and for coordinating the recovery efforts thereafter. In anticipation of each of these storms, the EMO met well in advance of the closest point of approach and analyzed the critical data provided to us by the Bermuda Weather Service. Madam Acting Speaker, we made timely, analytical, and strategic decisions ahead of each of these storms and put in place mitigation plans that enabled us to significantly reduce the threats to our safety and security. For example, those decisions included closure of the causeway, schools, and government offices, as well as the suspension of buses and ferries. These decisions were aimed at minimizing the number of people on the roads before, during, and after the hurricanes. We found these measures to be effective in reducing the potential for injury and harm. Madam Acting Speaker, as part of our preparation for these hurricanes, in addition to the closures I just mentioned, the EMO took several actions to protect our citizens. These included, but were not limited to, the following: providing regular weather updates, standing up the Emergency Measures Operations Center, which is the hub of all activity and coordination before, during, and after a hurricane, strategically placing emergency vehicles, opening the emergency shelter, opening the Liam Fogo Urgent Care Center, suspending bus and ferry services, and embodied elements of the Royal Bermuda Regiment. Madam Acting Speaker, I must commend the members of the EMO for their professionalism, composure, and collaboration as they perform their respective functions. Our EMO model is a testament to how different entities ought to work together in times of crisis, and I sincerely thank them for their contributions to the cause. The Bermuda Weather Service deserves much credit for the accurate and timely information that it provides in such times. I have found their staff to be highly knowledgeable and very alert to the dangers that hurricanes pose. Their counsel to me and the EMO has been invaluable, and we all should be proud to have such proficient and competent meteorologists in our midst. Madam Acting Speaker, I also have to commend and thank our people for their cooperation during both hurricanes. Even though we may have been storm-weary, given the number of storm systems this year, my impression is that our people did not become complacent when anticipating Imelda and Melissa. For that, I am grateful, as I know that the preparations that citizens took helped to reduce the damage and potential injury that could have been caused by either hurricane. Madam Acting Speaker, I am certain that I do not have to remind this House that both hurricanes caused significant power outages, leaving thousands without electricity in their wake. But, Madam Speaker, that is not the real story. The real story is the remarkable speed with which the wonderful workers at Balco restored power to our citizens. Hurricane Melissa, for example, left almost 20,000 residents without electricity. That is a huge proportion of our country. Amazingly, within mere days, the vast majority of those without power had been restored. Balco workers are heroes at such a time as these, and we are enormously grateful for their dedication and efficiency. Likewise, Madam Acting Speaker, I hasten to thank and commend all the staff at Public Works, Parks, and the Royal Bermuda Regiment for their sterling efforts in restoring our island after the passage of each hurricane. And I might add, Madam Speaker, the Ministry of Transport also. I add to my list of thanks and commendations to the staff at the shelter, hospital, corrections facilities, and the Bermuda Police Service for their service before, during, and after the hurricanes. They too deserve praise for their contribution to the safety and security of our people. Madam Acting Speaker, the Disaster Risk Reduction and Mitigation Team, or DERM, is based at Ministry Headquarters. They are a formidable team that proved their worth during both hurricanes. The National Disaster Coordinator commenced his employment with us a mere 2 days before Imelda started her approach. So within his first week with us, he had to organize and galvanize his team to navigate through Imelda. He and his team did a phenomenal job through both hurricanes, and I commend them wholeheartedly. Madam Acting Speaker, customarily, the hurricane season does not end until November 30th. So we still have a few weeks to go for 2025. My plea today is for all of Bermuda to remain vigilant and watchful during the remainder of this hurricane season. We can ill afford to let our guards down at this time. Madam Acting Speaker, having to perennially cope with hurricanes is a way of life for us here in Bermuda. Mere words seem inadequate to express my pride and gratitude for the way our people face these storms and how we very quickly return to normality. This speaks of our hardiness and unity of purpose when we face adversity. These are traits I wish we could practice, Madam Acting Speaker, every day in Bermuda, not just when the Imeldas and Melissas pay us a visit. Thank you, Madam Acting Speaker.